Welcome to Vibe Cafe. This is a show where we have interesting conversations that are informative, sometimes controversial and spontaneous. We also give you positive vibes like the name says, and we entertain you to the fullest. Today is not going to be an exception. My name is Lerin Nicodemus. As always with me, there's a beautiful...
I am Oge, and of course, it's always a pleasure to be here with you.
Of course. It's always a vibe.
Yeah.
We've got the vibe. Today is no exception. We have an amazing show planned out. There's an amazing guest who's going to be coming on to talk about something that is very special. The reason we're all alive and well. Before we get into the conversation, we'll go on a quick break. When we come back, we'll start the conversation, and you do not want to miss out on any of it. So don't go anywhere. This is Vibe Cafe.
Welcome back to Vibe Cafe. If you're just joining us today, we'll be having a discussion about mothers. Joining us today in the studio to have this conversation is Mrs. Blessing Fort-Ike. She is an educational consultant and a child care specialist. You're welcome very much, ma'am.
Thank you.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
It's a pleasure to have you here.
Yeah.
So, diving into the conversation for today, we'll be having a discussion about mothers. Okay. So, in your very own personal opinion, what exactly is motherhood, and how important, of course, is motherhood to the family?
For me, what it takes to be a good mother is to know that you have a responsibility to cater for. You understand? Okay. You have a child, not a property. You have somebody to cater for. This is a life that God has brought to add value to the nation. So you should take up that responsibility. And with that, you ought to prioritize. For me to be a good mother, I must prioritize because I know it comes with a lot of responsibility. Being a mother is having a relationship with my children, having a relationship with my spouse, having a relationship with my career because I have a career. You understand? So I must know how to balance everything. So when I said in my order of priority, I give attention to the most important one. You understand? And sometimes striking balance too is key. You understand? When you strike balance, and I always say that balance is not always 50-50. Balance can be 80-20. Let me give you an example. When my children were much younger, I know they need my attention. They need everything. So I gave them 80 and I gave 20 to my career. You understand? To me, that is balance. As for now, I give them 50 and I have 50 for my career. So in the next 5-7 years, it can be 80-20. I give them 20 and I have 80 for myself. And that is balance.
Okay. Wow. Talking about balance, one of the things that mothers talk about a lot is the fact that once you have children, you don't have time for yourself, right? Just now you talked about, splitting your time 80% for the children, 20% for the career, and there was no time really allotted for self-care. Right?
Yes.
So for someone who's preparing towards motherhood or someone who already has a child, how do you balance your personal well-being, taking care of the children, your career, or any other thing that you have going on?
Okay, I was going to come to that. To be a good mother, you must have your time, my main time. You understand? When I say 80, I'm just benchmarking with my career and the children. So when I'm talking of the home now, I give 80 to the home. So in the home, I should have my me time. The children know that for so and so time, this is mommy's time. You don't interrupt. You understand? If I want to pray, if I want to develop, if I want to go on my personal development, if I want to do anything, you understand? The line they know is for me. You understand? So for me, I will always advise that what you do, get a life before you get married. Plan your life. This is how it's going to be. This is my career. This is what I will give to my children. And if possible, find out if you can do, thanks to technology now, there are a lot of things you can do from home. You understand? So how can you use your career from home? How can you work from home, imparting life and adding value to yourself and adding value to your children and people around you?
Wow, that's...
So how do we prepare? Because most times when people talk about children, I'm like, I'm not ready. And they're like, you will never be ready. Sometimes you go into these things and they figure themselves out. And I'm like, I don't work that way. So how do you prepare yourself for motherhood?
Well, you prepare. Thankfully, there are courses you can do.
Okay.
You have free workshops. You have trainings online. You can read online. You can ask questions. And that is the reason why everyone should have what I call mentors that you can look up to. I would say being a mother, you should have support system. You understand? You have your family that you can run through. You understand? I'm in this. You understand? You have friends that you can say, oh, I'm getting overwhelmed. Please, I need help. This is how I'm feeling. They might not even give you any solution, but you just venting will relieve you. You understand? So you do your personal training, maybe online, free courses, then attached to a mentor that can mentor you.
Okay, so we have, of course, there are some, I want to believe there are some parents who struggle with emotions.
Yes.
You know, you raise your child, you want the best for your child, you want to love this child unconditionally. And to some extent, they they overdo it. They don't know where to cut the line between showing love and excess, going a bit into showing excess love, and scolding and giving instructions and ensuring that these children stick to that instructions. How do you balance?
Okay,
all
that's
of
striking
this?
a balance with showing love and being disciplined, raising
exactly.
children that are disciplined. Okay, I will say, first of all, I believe in you being proactive. If you want anything you want to see in your children, don't wait until they start displaying the negative before correcting it. You should be proactive to teach them what you want them to do. Let me give you an example. Let's say I don't want my children flocking around when a visitor is around, or taking food from visitors. This child is 2. From 2, I start inculcating that into them. You understand? You don't have to. You don't do this. I don't wait for a visitor to come and start presenting them the gift or the food before saying no, don't take or something. Or when the visitor is gone, you start lashing on the child. Why will you do that? You have not taught the child. So you should teach the child how to do that. So in any value, any character, any behavior you want to see in your children, it begins with teaching. You understand? So you should be proactive, not reactive. You understand to it. And fine, you should love your children unconditionally. And love, for you to be able to love, you ought to be available, like I said, because you can't be saying I love my child and you are not available. And for you to be available, you ought to know what to do. So you need to get skill, you need to get knowledge. Like I said, you can do courses elsewhere. So that is it. And you should be empathetic when dealing with them. What I mean is that you see things from their perspective. You understand? A child does something wrong. You've taught the child. You should ask her, why did you do that? You understand? You should not just say, oh, I've told you not to do that, so I will lash the consequence, or I will bring out the consequence. You know, once you do this, this is what goes for it. Because definitely you must have told the child that once you break a rule, there are consequences. So you now say, but because of the love, you want to see things from the child's perspective. You understand? So why did you do that? The child like, oh, let me give you an example. A child running barefooted to the gates to open door for you. You've told the child not to do that downstairs. Why will you do that? Instead of just shouting, okay, I told you once you do that, you will not, I will withdraw this privilege, I will withdraw this privilege. You know, why did you do that? You just hear the child saying, I want to feel the sound. I just want to feel the coolness of the environment. You understand?
Okay.
You might not agree with the child, but you have seen things from the child's perspective. You're like, okay, that's fine. But next time, you put on your slippers. You understand? So you are showing love, and you're at the same time teaching the child. And I will still say that loving and raising disciplined children, you must use teachable moments. You must look for teachable moments. What do I mean? Maybe there are some characters, behaviors that have been instilling in my children. So I'm watching a program on TV with them. They are there, and I see a character display that. I just pick on it. I say, did you see that character? Look at what he did. That's how it ought to be. So it's me taking advantage of teachable moments. Let's say sometimes now, my child is doing something I don't want. Instead of shouting, I should take advantage of that moment to teach the child what he ought to do. My child spills water. Instead of shouting after lashing, I'll go and mop the water. No, I teach the child how to mop the water. Letting the child know that mistakes are to be corrected, because sometimes they're inevitable. So you just say, okay, whenever there's water, you mop it. Then I show the child, how did you carry the cup, or what did you do? Did you hold it from the handle? You use that moment to is the child.
That's
Wow.
amazing. So basically, you've talked about, things mothers can do to raise better children. We've also talked about some of the challenges, but I feel like one of the things that people don't talk about when it comes to motherhood is this how to appreciate mothers, because mothers do so much for their children, for society, and I feel like they are not celebrated enough. So as a child, what are some of the things that you feel we can do or I can do to appreciate my mom, to say thank you for all the things that, she's doing?
Okay, I'll say the first thing is obedience.
Okay.
You can't say you love me and you don't obey my instructions. You can't be hugging me, kissing me, or pecking me. Not kissing because it's not allowed. You can't. Yes, I must correct that. You can't be hugging me, pecking me, and you are going against my instructions. It's not allowed. So I think one thing I demand for my children is obedience. Then, and like I said, obedience comes with instruction. You must have told them what is expected of them. You understand? That will bring me to another point that children living out their family values outside, whether you are there or not. I will love it is that you are respecting me. You understand? That's what I want for my child. You understand? I just see my child taking initiative, but I must say age appropriate initiative. You understand? Because you cannot expect a 5-year-old to be making breakfast for you. You understand? So a 5-year-old, you might be planning to go out. You just see the 5-year-old go into the room, pick the clothes for herself, and pick for her younger siblings without you telling. That is age appropriate initiative. You understand? And you will appreciate it. You understand? Or a teenager running the family business without you taking instructions. You're doing things without you giving them instructions. It's amazing to mom. And if you want to honor me, understand my love language. You understand what is my love language? Is it do I love physical touch? Do I love words of affirmation? Or what is it that I love? Gift, quality time. You should know and use it to honor me. That's what I think.
Talking about gifts and appreciating mothers, I think this is the point where we get to check out our fact file. And today our fact file is saying Mother's Day spending is expected to be a total of 31.7 billion US dollars this year. That's how much people spend on Mother's Day gifts. Do you feel like this is enough? Because I personally feel like it's not.
It's not. I'm telling you, same here.
Okay, for me, it depends. That, like I said, depends on your love language. You understand? Okay. So, for if you want to talk about what mothers give, that is not enough.
It's
you understand?
not.
So, but it might be some that would prefer quality time. Instead of calling me or sending me gifts, I just want you to come and spend the weekend with me.
True.
I just want you to come and take me out. You understand?
Exactly.
Or I just want you to just get me a card and write some words. How I've been a good mother to you. What are the things you've learned from me? That's what I think.
Amazing. All right. I've learned something. I'm definitely going to find out because I don't know what my mother's like.
I do.
You better look for it. I'm not
So
sure.
that's an assignment. I'm going to do that. And you can also do that as well. If you don't know your mother or your father's love language, this is an opportunity for us to check that out, so that we can appreciate them for all the amazing things that they are doing in our lives. We'll go on a quick break. When we come back, we still have the movie review and the games. You do not want to miss out on any of it. This is Vibe Cafe. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to Vibe Cafe. It's movie time, and today we are reviewing a movie called Gold Statue, and it was directed and produced by Tade Ogidon. This is a very interesting film. So this is a thriller, adventure, and a little bit of comedy film. Basically follows the life of two friends, Wale and Chike, as they go on an adventure to look for a golden statue, which is supposed to be an inheritance of theirs. So they go on this whole journey, and they have to face like all of these obstacles. Eventually found it, and it's just, the rest is just history, like they say. Very interesting film. I love the story, right? It reminds me of lots of old Nollywood films, all those films where they would go to the evil forest to look for one golden egg or something like that, and meet evil spirits and all that kind of stuff. It reminded me of that, and it's very authentic. It's an original African story.
Exactly.
But the execution, It's a bit
Come on.
shaky.
Personally, for me, I love the fact that Gabriel Afolayan used the narrative technique. It was beautiful. If you like, I really love when people use narrative technique. I feel like it explains a whole lot about the movie. And of course, I loved his voice. The sound of this movie blew my mind. I loved it, and I love the picture. I felt like it was a whole lot. It was beautiful. Of course, the story, you said it. It was it for me. I loved it. I feel like it's a great movie. If you really love movies with narrative technique, you love this one.
All right.
Really.
Yeah, there were some, things I did not get. They tried to be tech savvy, which is something I loved with the Google
Yeah.
Maps and all those things, trying to incorporate all of those. But there were just some things with the special effect, VFX, green screen that was
Some
not really
flappies.
doing it for me. But overall, I think it's a great film. On a scale of 1 to
Yeah.
10, I'm definitely going to give this one a 5.
I'll give it a 4.
Just
I'll
because
give it
I
a
love the
4.
story. Yeah.
I'll give
The
it a
execution
4.
could have been better, but you can totally check it out and let us know on social media at Vibe Cafe Show what you think about this particular film. We'll go on a quick break. When we come back, we still have the games, and you do not want to miss out on that. Don't go anywhere. This is Vibe Cafe. Welcome back to Vibe Cafe. It's game time, and
Yep.
today we're going to be playing a game called Guess the Fruit. Basically, we'll get some emojis on the screen, and we have to guess what fruit it is. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, let's go then.
Kiwi.
Kiwi.
Kiwi. Kiwi. Kiwi. The northern. Okay.
Oh,
Not an apple.
pineapple. Oh,
Damn.
okay.
Mango.
Pale green. Right.
Okay.
Right. Oh, okay. Okay. What do we have next? Huh?
Dragon and
Not.
not.
Dragon fruit. Ah! That was a lucky guess.
Hell. Dragon. Chicken pie. No. Peacock.
Dog food.
No.
Dog fruit. Dog grape.
Pineapple. No.
Goose. Gooseberry. Okay. What's that now?
What is this? Hello. It's like SpongeBob.
Granite.
Granuts.
Coconut.
Damn. Okay.
Ah! Strawberry.
Strawberry. Oh. Strawberry. Like, I love this. Love the concepts.
Okay.
Okay.
Hey. All right. What next?
Okay. Game. Card.
Game fruit. King.
Kong.
Game. What? Jackfruit.
Jackfruit.
Ah.
Pear.
Pear.
Pear. Pear. Damn, like pear. Cheer up.
Sherry.
Cherry. Cheer up. Like this side just. Oh, cherry. Cherries. Beautiful. Beautiful.
Ah. I have no idea
That was so cool.
who won. It's a tie.
It's a tie.
So yeah, we are just going to move along. This was exhausting.
I was telling you.
But I had fun as
But it
well.
was beautiful.
You can play this at home with your loved ones, friends. Let us know how it goes. This brings us to the end of the show, but we'll come back next week so we do this all over again. In the meantime, follow us on social media at Vibe Cafe Show. Follow me at Lerin and Oge.
And follow me at Fab Malin.
Until next time, bye!